Alright, we're going live. Alright, we're going live here. Here we go. Let's talk about some stuff. Let's see if we can get somebody up in here. Who we got? Dennis, what's up? You are first. What's up, Big Tags? We're talking trailers. We are going to talk trailers tonight. No, you're not second, Snorlord, so hit the super chat button, Snorlord, and pay up. Right, Jimmy? Jimmy, tell him. He's not second. Tell him how it works, Jimmy. We're dedicating this to, let's see if G Daddy Whack. G Daddy Whack, are you in here? Yeah, Outlaw 76. Outlaw says, look at this shirt, people. Look. We're waiting for G Daddy Whack. Outlaw says, man, he's got the whiteboard out. Oh, you know what? Yep. Because, yeah, you like that shirt? You like that shirt, man? Look at it. This was given to me by my good friends, G Daddy Whack, and his lovely wife, Diane. They sent me this shirt from Wisconsin, and they sent me all kinds of sausages and brats and everything. Man, they take care of me. They're on their first load with their own authority. So, and it was a really good load. They got a really good load. And I was going to take that load. I wanted that load. But I couldn't get to it in time. So, at least somebody got the load I knew. And you know what? They got a whole lot more money than what it was posted. So, way to go. Way to go. All right. So, I'm in Wisconsin. See, I'm wearing this. I come up here to I came here to see them, right? I said, man, I can go there. I'll be right outside their house. Right outside where they live. Guess what? They got a load to Michigan. They're going to Michigan, right? They're going to Michigan. I'll tell you this on the load. I'll tell you this much about it. It's about a 500-mile load for $1,900 plus in a van trailer. Van freight, my friends. Van freight. Wisconsin to Michigan. All right, so enough of that. If G Daddy and you guys are watching, look at, we're sporting the shirt. Wisconsin Badgers. All right. Now, we've seen videos on trailers. Now, I am going to give you the real numbers on trailers. There's a difference on how you talk about trailers. Yes, used is not up here, okay? I can't fit it on here. Everybody knows you can get a used trailer. All right? We are going to talk about, and we could talk about used later, but we'll talk about rental, a rental trailer, because some places you go to want to give you a rental trailer, right? They'll rent you a trailer. It's a rental. It's not a lease. There's a difference. They're not leasing you a trailer. They're renting you a trailer. And I will go by and tell you what the difference between a rental, lease, and what a buy is. And we'll go through the numbers. Right, Outlaw? Outlaw knows I'm going to go through the numbers. All right. I like Outlaw. I ain't picking on you. I like you. All right. So, here we go. Now, the screen froze. It paid $1,900 plus van freight. All right, it's almost $4 a mile, folks. But anyway, here we go. Yes, there's a test. Now, a rental works like this. G Daddy, here you go, baby. There he is. Are you guys in Michigan? Look, I'm right outside your hometown. I'm wearing this shirt dedicated to G Daddy and his lovely wife, Diane. Actually, she's the boss. Shh. No one say nothing. She's the boss. All right. and they sent me a whole lot of good sausages. I'm telling you what, we're going to barbecue those up this weekend. I come here to see them. What they do, they go to Michigan. Can you believe it? But I'll be in Michigan tomorrow night. So if they're still around, I'll be there. Now, G-Daddy and them, they bought a trailer. And there's different ways to buy one, right? If you buy a new one, a used one, whatever, you could pay cash, you could finance it and all that. I'm going to go through all about financing. Because if you pay cash, this doesn't make any different to you, right? So, a rental. Some companies out there want to rent you a trailer, right? Here's what a rental. The average rental, it works like this. $5.95 a month plus 4 cents a mile after 4,000 miles a month. That's what a rental is. So, for instance, if you do 10,000 miles, okay? That's 6,000 miles over the 4,000 that you're allotted, because it's going to pay for tires and everything, right? Right? So, 4 cents times 6,000 miles is $240 and $5.95, right? Gives you $835 a month. That's what a rental will cost you at 10,000 miles. That's what the monthly cost of a rental. So you're renting that trailer. This, my friends, is a bad idea. That is a bad idea. Right? Bad idea. Here's why it's a bad idea. If you take this number times 60, right? Times 60. At the end of 5 years, if you lease that trailer for 5 years, you have nothing but a lot of money spent. Right? Anybody want to guess what that number would be? It's going to be right in that area. Can you see that? No one got an answer? No one got an answer? All right. No one has an answer. 50,100. That's right. Correcto mundo. That's what that trailer will cost you in 5 years of just renting it. Now, we will go to a lease purchase. And this is a full maintenance lease, right? It comes with a service contract, which means every 90 days you're going to take it back. They are going to align it. They're going to make sure the alignment's correct. They're going to fix any minor problems with it. They're going to grease it, do all the maintenance on the trailer. It is also $595 a month for 60 months, right? There is no mileage because you're going to purchase it at the end for $4,300. So, you times that by 60, you got 30,000, 35,000 and some change, right? 35,700. You add the 4,300 to it, you're at a $40,000. And you own it. You own it with all the service. At the end, you own it. It's $10,100 cheaper than renting it. But in 5 years, this trailer that you now own, is worth about $20,000 in value. Here, you got zero in value. Zero. Here, you own it, you got $20,000 in value. Yeah, it's a new dry van, Curtis, sorry. Now, if you buy it, now here's what we're going to do with buying, okay? All right, Dave wants to sit there and argue over some insurance. Okay, you get the insurance, it's about $1,000 a year, and it'll go down over the years because it's going to go down. So we'll say on the average, it's going to cost you about $800 a year, so that's $4,000. So you take $4,000, that puts you at about $44,000. You're still $6,000, but you still have something that's worth $20,000 and not zero. So let's not really worry about the insurance. I mean, you put it in here, you're still way above. All right. Oh my Lord! You still have to have insurance on this rental. You still have to have insurance and rental. That does not include insurance, folks. You cannot rent a trailer that includes insurance. You have to buy a $25,000 policy to use other people's trailers, even if you rent them. All right. Now we go over here to buy, and as I said, we're not worried about the insurance. All right. It's strictly showing what a trailer would cost you and what your value would be at the end. This one in 5 years is going to be the same value. You're still going to have the same $20,000 value on this one. Yeah, it's called trailer interchange. That's correct. All right. So if you buy it and you finance it, and this is on a $30,000 trailer, right? Right? So this is on a $30,000 trailer. You buy it, if you get a 10% loan for 5 years, you're at $38,220. It's a little better. But then you got the maintenance, to put in here. And, if you don't grease it yourself, you have somebody else grease it. It can be anywhere from $20 to $40 a grease job, 3 or 4 or 5 of them a year or so. You're going to be pretty close to this number. And if you have to align it or a brake chamber or something like that, you'll be pretty close to this number. So that's pretty even. Now, if you're lucky and you get 9%, 8%, 7%, you're down to $35,640. This number is $36,480. And at 9%, you're at $37,380. Depending on your credit score and the commercial loan that you get, depends right there. And you're not going to get no 0% interest. NADA Blue Book, right? These are all zero down, David. Zero down. See, you guys all want to throw in down payments and stuff. Do you know what? I can go get a truck zero down. I don't have to get no money down to get a truck. I can buy a brand new truck today, zero down. So when I went in to get my first truck, when I traded in my 880 Volvo, I went to 670 Volvo, and I got that truck for no money down, but then they talked me into the full maintenance lease, and then I done that. But I was able to get that truck at no money down. Yes, you can still buy new trucks, trailers, everything for no money down. You can do it. But when you do these, it's still no money down. What they want here is a security deposit. Right? They want a security deposit. Because if you have a 5-year deal and you walk away from it, they're going to keep your security deposit. At the end of the 5 years, they give your security deposit back. So it's not really a down payment. Security deposit. This you can get at zero down. I've seen people get brand new trailers at zero down. I've seen people get them for $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 down. But see, that's not, you can't add L's in, because if you add that in, this comes off of this, still this money. Doesn't matter, still this money. It'll be a little bit off, it'll be a little bit, because you're not going to finance the whole $30,000. You'd be financing $26,000 if it was, $4,000 down. So it'll be a little bit different, but not much, within a few $100. You talk to a Volvo dealer today, must get 5 trucks to get a full maintenance lease. Wrong Volvo dealer, my friend. That's all I can say. A lot of the dealers are like that. A lot of them want you to get 5, 10, 20, 30 trucks. You got to find the one that'll deal with a single owner operator. They're out there. Hard to find, but they're out there. Now, did you go in and talk to them in person, or did you call them on the phone? There is a huge difference about going in and talking to them in person. On the phone, they'll tell you whatever they want to tell you. In person, you get a lot of different story when you're actually there in person. You were in person? Well, I wouldn't deal with that Volvo dealer then, right? Gear Grabber knows. He went and talked to my Volvo dealer, and they work with single owner operators. There's a California dealer, that Russ Maynard, that's on here once in a while. He went to Volvo dealer and he got one. He could get one. TJ, right? TJ found one, Salt Lake City, Utah. All right, so here's the difference in trailers. There it is. Now, if you buy one, G-Daddy has a good thing. If you're in Wisconsin and you're able to go to the Stoughton manufacturing facility, you can get one of their trailers for about $26,000 right off the line. Right? About 26 grand. Give them the cash, you could drive off with it. Saves you the dealer cost and all that stuff. You can buy direct. You need a local dealer to you, correct, for maintenance. Well, yeah. Like these trailers, if I do this lease purchase through a dealer by my Volvo dealer, every 90 days I got to take it to them so they can service that trailer. That's correct. Same thing with the truck. Yeah, G-Daddy bought direct from the factory for $24,975. Out the door. So that's what he got his trailer for. Because in Wisconsin, you can buy direct from the factory. It's one of the very few places. There's a few places you can do it. I think Georgia's another. From the Great Dane Pine series, right? The green Great Danes, not the real ones, the green ones. The real Great Danes are the red dog, not the green dog. There's a difference too. When you get a green dog trailer, it isn't nowhere near built like the red dog trailer. There is a difference. All right. So now, when you look at this, now you know the difference between a rental, a lease purchase, and a buy. Because some people will say a lease when they're really talking about a rental. And it gets people confused, right, on what's really being talked about. There are some companies out there that will take and rent you a trailer, and you're paying this much money in 5 years if you rent it the whole 5 years. $50,000, and you have nothing on the trailer. You just rented it for a high price. And why would you want to rent it for $835? Right? See, trailers aren't like trucks. That's what everybody's got to understand. Trailers are not like trucks. Trailers hold their value. Trucks do not hold their value. Because if you look at the ratio, G-Daddy's trailer that he paid $25,000 for. All right? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about G-Daddy's trailer. We're going to put you on the spot there, G-Daddy. We're sorry. We're going to put you on the spot. This is all going away. We're going to put you on the spot, buddy. See, if you pay cash, right? He paid cash. Right? So he's got $25K here. In 5 years, that trailer's still going to be worth $20K. Now, that's only a $5K drop for him. That's only a $5K drop. That's pretty good, right? That means his trailer in 5 years, only depreciated %20. He only had a 20% depreciation in 5 years. That's it. 5 years. That's good. He only lost 20% of his money in 5 years. But that trailer made a whole lot of money. Now we'll pit that against a truck. This is why buying a trailer is a lot better than a truck. Here's why. Right? Here's why. All right. The value of the trailer, 5 years, depreciates about 20%. Right? We got that all combobulated. There we go. Now here's a truck. $150K. 5 years. What's it worth? What's a $150,000 truck worth in 5 years? Anybody got an idea? And everybody throw up their little answer, and we'll pick an in between so we all, we can say that's what it is. Outlaw says 75. No, it's not 200K in 5. That truck ain't worth no 200K. 45, 50, 60, 45, 33, 40, 40, 70, 45, 40, 40, 50. All right. Let's make it easy. All these guys are saying 35, 50. Let's say it's 60,000, right? It's probably really 50, but let's say it's 60. All right. Let's say it's 60. So what do we got there? We got, how much depreciation is that? Anybody know? It's 90,000. Right? There's a 90,000 difference. 60%, right? %, ain't no 90%. 50% depreciation would be 75,000, so it's 60. 60 times 6 times 15 is 90. That's 90 from there is 60. It's 60%. So look at that, folks. The truck depreciates 3 times more than a trailer. 3 times. 3 times in a 5-year period. You lose 60% of the value. Trailer, you lose about 20% of the value. That's why trailers are always a better buy than a truck. That's why, watch this. Let's talk about companies. Let's talk about companies. Let's talk about companies traded on the stock market. Anybody got a company? Who knows the company I'm going to write on this board that's traded on the stock market that has trailers? I'll give you one guess. One guess. Here it goes. No, not the Big Orange. Nope, not the Big Orange. Nope, not the Big Orange. Let me show you a company. Let me show you a company that's all about money. I'll just call it LS. I'll just call it LS. Right? We'll call it LS. Big Blue Star, whatever you want to call it. What do these people own? They're not a trucking company. They're not a trucking company. You know what they are? They're like a bank. They operate like a bank. Right? They have trailers. I don't think they really own anything. They lease a lot of stuff, right? They have no trucks. 0 trucks. Why do they have 0 trucks? Trucks cost money. Trucks are money pits. They're money pits. So they have trailers. So they can get dropping hooks. But you know why they're like a bank? This is why they're like a bank. That's why they're like a bank. They give you 65% of supposedly 100. You know what? We might as well take this into some other companies. You know, let's go. Let's piss some people off. You ready about this? Here we go. Let's analyze this. There's 65% of 100. If you have a trailer, see, the only way, I'm going to tell you right now, the only way to work at this company, is have your own trailer. You got to have your own trailer. And if you don't have your own trailer, you're leaving a boatload of money on the table. Here's why. They give you 7%. Now, when I was there, it was 67 of 98. You remember that, gear grabber? You remember this funny math? 67 of 98. What is that? Right? But then it was 8% with the trailer. So when you actually do that, that came out to 65 point, I think it was 566. At 8, you're at around 73.5%. 73.5% with trailer. That's what they were giving you. Nowadays, they're giving you this with a van. This is a van. So you're at 72%. This is a big difference, folks. Big difference. You don't work here without a trailer. You don't work here without a trailer. People do, but you shouldn't. And here's why. If you're at this company and you're getting this right here, you're getting the 72% with the trailer. Here's what the trailer brings you, folks. Can we agree at this company, because it's gross numbers before you're 65%, can we all agree that you're going to do at least $250,000 in revenue? That would put you at about 150 grand, right? 150 grand. Can we all agree most guys can do 150 grand? Right, Outlaw? Right? So let's say you do 250K gross revenue. GR, gross revenue. Here's what you leave on the table. A trailer at 7%, right? Nets you this. The trailer brings in $15,000 a year. $15,000. Now, you could buy used trailers anywhere from, $3K on up to $30K for a van. Right? That's the range. Let's say you buy a new trailer and it is $30,000. The trailer brings in $15K. And if you go back to the other part where the trailer is $600 a month, monthly payment, right? That's $7,200, $8,200 when you add in the insurance for a year. That leaves you $6,800 profit. Or just over $600 a month. So if you have a used truck that's $1,200 a month, guess what your truck payment is now? $600, because the trailer's paying half of your truck payment if you have a $1,200 a month payment. That's why you don't go here unless you have a trailer. If you do more, this number goes up. The profit goes up. This number goes up. And some guys are that the trailer will actually pay for itself, especially if it's not a new one, right? If it's not a new trailer and some guy buys a fairly used trailer for about $12,000, let's say half the price, 15 grand, he's only paying $300 a month. Right? If he's only paying $300 a month, now look at the number. This right here is around $11,000 profit, which is about $900 a month. That'll pay almost half of a truck payment for a new truck. Almost. Not quite, almost. You'll at least pay a third of it. And if you got a nice $60,000 truck with about a $1,700 payment, that'll pay more than half of the truck payment. So all the guys over here that don't have a trailer and they have like a $1,500 to $1,900 truck payment are losing the $900 extra a month. That could cover most of their truck payment, at least half. So there you go. No, you don't, Trucker Steve. You do not. Because a lot of the drop and hook stuff doesn't pay as well as the live load, live unload. Some of it does. Yes, this company does have some drop and hook. I had my trailer for 9 years over there. And I didn't miss it. Now, yes, you might be able to fit in an extra load here and there. Maybe. But let's go back to this. Everybody loves drop and hook. Everybody loves drop and hook. So let's talk about drop and hook for a minute. How many times you went to a drop and hook and you get there and the trailer wasn't loaded? They didn't have any. Wasn't loaded. Well, that's wasted time. If you had a trailer, but now you're bobtail in, let's say you bobtail in, there's no trailer and there's no load because they didn't have a trailer. Now you got to run all over God's creation here and find a trailer just to go back there to load the trailer, right? Or you get there and it's not ready yet. Or you get on the other end, it's a drop, but it's really not a drop, right? Or, I love this when this happens. You roll into the place, especially in the wintertime, and the switcher drags the trailer from the door a mile back to the end of the parking lot with the tandems, with the brakes froze. You get there and you got 4 flat tires. You ain't going anywhere. It took almost a day for him to fix those tires when it happened to me, so I lost a whole day. There you go. And yes, I did do it in sidewalk chalk at the truck stops. You know what? A lot of people put a lot of money in the can. That's that way I got to buy the whiteboard. You guys see? So I turn it all around. We'll get it right. All right, so let's talk about another company. All right, so if you go to Landstar, buy a trailer, and if you want to do different types of trailers, this percentage is different for different types of trailers. This is good for the van trailer, okay? Now, should I go there? Should I go there, people? Should I put another company up here and call it Company A? Should I go there? I'll leave it for another. I'll leave it for another deal. I'll leave it, man. We're gonna leave it. Smoke and mirrors, right? Smoke and mirrors. How many of you think that if a company's paying, how many people, because you hear this, right? All right, how many people think this? 65%, 80%, 85%, 88%. How many people think, what's the best percentage? Anybody know? Is 85 better than 65? Is 80 better than 65? Maybe, maybe not. It is a trick question. Because you have smoke and mirrors. Right? You have smoke and mirrors. Now let's talk about this. Oh, I'm gonna go there. I gotta go there. I'm sorry. Here's Company A. Company A. Here's Company B. Right? Now here we go. Let's go there. Here we go. Are you ready? Once I start, I'm not going to stop. All right, here we go. Company A has a lease purchase. Company B has a lease purchase. Company A gives you 65%. These guys say their lease purchase is cheaper than these guys. Well, let's find out. Shall we? Shall we find out? Because we're going to pull back the curtain. Right? Oh yeah, let me take a drink. This is almost empty. And we need some Powerade. This presentation, we need to get some power in here. All right. These guys say they're big, nice truck. The drivers are the ones that are saying this, right? The drivers are saying this. Okay, here we go. Here's what the drivers are saying. This is why the smoke and mirrors. Here's 80%. Actually, I got to go like this. 85. Here, if you own the tractor and trailer, you get 88. You own both. You own both pieces of equipment. Here, if you're leasing, you own the truck, and you're renting the trailer, you get 85. So this is what we can assume. If you're leasing tractor and trailer, this is crucial. 80. So that means if you're leasing just the truck, that's 5%. 5% you're giving up leasing the truck. So, this is crucial, right? This, they say, is $7.11 a week. Oh, this is a lot cheaper than... I'm going to pump up the number here. I'm pumping up the number here. It's a little less than this, but we're going to pump it up. $8.50 a week. This has a maintenance of $150 a week. That's $1,000 a week for a pretty comparable truck. Okay? Pretty comparable. Now, they say, well, that's cheaper. I'll agree, right? I'll agree that is cheaper than that. Can we agree? $8.50 is cheaper than $7.11. But here's the smoke and mirrors. If this driver drives 3,000 miles, there's 10 cents a mile maintenance. That's $300. A 3,000 mile week. This stays at 150. This is the maintenance. This now goes to 300. He is now at 1,011 a week. $11 more, folks. And it hasn't stopped yet. Here's the good part. As this guy makes more money, right? This guy makes more money at Company B. Here's where the 5% comes into play. That's why this truck costs way more. If this guy does 4,000 gross, that's $200. 5% of 4,000 that he's losing, because if he owned the own truck, right? See, I don't understand why, if you're leasing something, you get lower percentages, or renting. I don't get that, because you're paying for the equipment, right? You're paying for the equipment. So you got a 5%, so that adds another 200 down here, because the truck costs you that, because you're not getting the percentage that somebody else would if they owned the truck. If you're leasing or buying it, you get lower percentage. Plus you're paying the payment. So now that truck costs you $1,211 a week. Now it's $211. But they do a $6,000 a week. Now it costs you $300 more on, instead of $2 it's $300. Now it's $1,311 a week. Now this truck is $311 more a week than this truck. And if you did that for 4 weeks, this truck would be $1,200 a month more. More. Right? More. This truck is not cheaper. Numbers don't lie. Yeah, that's what they get. But wait, there's more. Oh, wait, there's more. This, 65%. Now we're going to go over the percentages. We're going to take away these numbers because it proves the truck is cheaper over here at Company A. Because when you break it down what you lose in percentages from what you gross a week, you got to add that to the truck payment, because the truck is what's costing you to lose that money. Right? Alright, so, and we won't even go to the insurance part, trailer cost part, because we're going to use the 85%. And this is renting a trailer. Because here you're renting a trailer, okay? There's no bones about this, okay? At 65%. Now this doesn't matter if you're owning your truck or not. This is just showing the difference between 65 and 85% company. All right? In this 65%, right? Cargo, liability, trailer rental, because you're pulling the trailer pool, it's all in the 65. Here's 85. Now, if you rent a trailer, that's $250. You got another $200 roughly for cargo liability insurance. That's $450 right there. There are some other fees associated with this, but we won't put them in here. So let's take a look at this. This should be a whole lot more money. Can we agree? If you are getting 85% of the gross, you should make a whole lot more money than the 65. Can we agree on that? Yes or no, guys and gals? If it's 85%, we should make a whole lot more money than at 65, correct? Correct? All right, now watch the smoke and mirrors. We know they have an added $450 a week cost. Minimum. Okay? Now here's the smoke and mirrors. Let's say you do a $3,000 revenue week. $3,000. Now, here if they do $3,000, that's at the percentage. But what we're going to do is we're going to take $3,000 and we're going to take that percent. $3,000 a week. That leaves you $1,950 at 65%, right? $3,000 here is $2,550, right? More money. But let's subtract. Now I gotta ask somebody this. Does the $450 come out of the 3 and then they take the percentage? Or they take the percentage and then subtract the $450? So let's just subtract the $450 from the net. We'll subtract it from the net. So you minus $450, you're at $2,100. Now look at that, folks. Look at that. Look at that. A 20% difference. 20% difference. There's only a $150 difference on this bottom line. So that's not a true 85. What it is this. 2,100 divided by 3,000. 70%. That's really 70%. Boy, they're pretty close, ain't they? Pretty darn close. That's pretty close. Not by much. On a $3,000 week. But wait, there's more. Oh, there's more. Now, let's take a look at this. This company pays most of the tolls. That one doesn't. So if there's tolls, guess what? This is looking better. That's 65 looking a little better. Right? What else? This one has less fees. This has less fees. Right? Has less fees. Here you fuel at a Pilot Flying J, you pay $1. Here, it's $3. $3. So when you add up all the little $1 here, $2 there differences, this gets drugged down even further. And it comes right in line with that, and it might even go lower, depending on where you run. There you go. Oh yes, wait, there's more. Justin, thank you. Thank you. Let's take it a little step further. If you get 6 miles a gallon, thanks, Justin. Let's do it justice. If we're doing it, let's do it justice, I guess. We're down to 70%. Here's the money. All right, so you buy 500 gallons of fuel, right? So we're going to take away the companies. We know we're down to 70%. And I'll put these numbers up there. Here's A, here's B, here's 65%. This 85 is down to 70. We busted the myth. This is $1,950 on a $3,000 week. This is $2,100. Now, fuel. 500 gallons. Fuel discount. You might get 10 cents. Now, this one, 30 cents, 20 cents a gallon. 20 cents on 500 gallons is what, folks? $100. Minus 100, you're down to 2,000. 1950. Guess what, folks? This percentage is down to 65.5%. Roughly. But guess what? Add in your $3, your $2 differences when you buy the fuel. Right? You're down to $19.96. And if there's a toll, there you go. It's the same. Exact same percentage. That's why it's called smoke and mirrors. The 85 is really 65%. Just like this company over here. It's the same. Break the numbers down. It's the same on a $3,000 week. Gross. It's the same. Same percentage. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? So company A and company B, it's the same. I don't know what else to say, folks. No, we're not talking about the company you put up there. We're just talking about company A and company B. There's no names here. We're talking company A and company B. There's a lot of companies that got percentages in the 80s, and there are a lot of companies that got 65. Right? So, fuel discount plays a role because what do we always preach? What do we always preach in this school? Right? Outlaw knows. What do we preach in this school? All that matters is what? All that matters is the net bottom line. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. You can have 65%, 95%, 68%, 99% of what? Take away all the fees, do the math, you get down to the real percentage. You get to the real percentage. So for those percentages, you gotta look at yourself and say, what do they include? What don't they include? And then what they don't include, when you get your net off of what you hauled, you go right on down the line and subtract and take that bottom net into the top, and that's your real percentage. That's your real percentage. So there you go. That's it. Recess time? Well, before recess time, I'm going to give you Here's the biggest no-no in the lease or owner-operator position. Owner-operator. Do's and don'ts. Do, this is for if you're leased to a company. Right? Leased to a company. You do what? You lease to a company when you can pick your own freight. POF. You don't if you're being dispatched. Why? Thank you, Jeff, for the super chat, buddy. Why do you not want to be dispatched? Because you're letting a $9.50 to $12 an hour employee be the CEO. The CEO of your company. That's who's running your company. If you're at a company that's being dispatched, you just hired a CEO to run your business that's making the $9.50 to $12 an hour. And what do you think you're going to get for that price? What do you think you're going to get for that price? I'll tell you what you're headed for. Here's what you're headed for. If you're being dispatched and you're doing this, you're headed for this. Chapter 7 or 11. That's a good number in craps, but it ain't a good number when it's in trucking. That's a joke, man. You like that? I had to throw it in there, man. I gave you a zinger. I'm kind of funny once in a while. Jeez, man, give me a break. So you want to do, you pick your own freight, right? It'd be nice in this one, a bonus, if you can have your own trailer as an option for more money, right? An option for more money, right? That's a bonus. But you want to be able to pick your own freight. That's the number one. Because if you're not picking your own freight, you're not in control of your business. You're not in control of nothing. Nothing. That's the only do of owner-operator, at least to a company. This is a must. Pick your own freight. If you can't do that, whether it's in a click-and-go system or calling a broker or whatever, and we're not talking this. Guys, we're not talking. This is what really gets me. Here, who cares about that? This is what really gets me. We'll talk right up. We're not talking about these companies that say, hey, you know what? You know what? We're going to let you pick. We're going to shoot you down 5 or 6 loads. That's not picking your own freight, people. You know what that is? They're steering you to where they want you to go, right? Now, Company A over here from before, right, has a closed system. Company B has an open system. What's better? Open system's always better than a closed system. And if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, it's this. If you're on a load board, like Interstate, right? Like Interstate or Schneider or Landstar. Those are closed systems. That means it's their board. They dictate what freight they put on those boards. So that's all you have to pick from. An open system is if you can pick up the DAT, Interstate Truck Stop, Uber, any of them, right? Convoy, 123 load board, and so on. That's an open system. That means you have a whole lot more freight to pick from, and you can negotiate rates on those. So yes, you can make more per mile, and maybe not work as many miles, which is a good thing. But don't get stuck on the percentages, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, because 65 might equal 85 in trucking math. Isn't that funny? 65 might equal 85. 67 might equal 88. or 90. Well, you know, Prime, anybody know Prime's rate? What's Prime? Is Prime 80%? Is Prime one of those 80% companies? Or 75%? Anybody know what Prime's rate is? Right? Anybody know? 78? Right, but Prime's a dispatch system. Right? They dispatch you. They might give you a few loads to pick from. But if you do not pick a load that they give you and you keep turning them down, guess what's going to happen? Oh, we're out of loads. We'll call you tomorrow. Right? So there you go. All right, man. That's school for session. I appreciate the super chat. And we can open it up for some questions or whatever before we cut off here. I'm going to give it I had a late time last night, so and forgive me, but I'm going to start up the only APU in the industry that's worth anything. And we're going to take that down, and we're going to show you the old porthole. There you go. I'm going to start the generator up, and I'm going to get some air conditioning in here because it's hot in Wisconsin. Whew, it's hot in here. Maybe. See, that doesn't do nothing. That don't do nothing. So we're going to blow some cold air here for a second, and then we'll turn it back off maybe. But this will probably be over by then. McTrucker's on vacation. That's right. That's why, yeah, that's right. That's why McDonald's stock went down, man. He is on vacation. He is out of the country, babies. You're not going to find the McTrucker. He's out of the country. He's gone. He's jet-setting around the world, folks. Because that's how he rolls. But he always goes where there's a McDonald's. So, there you go. All right, any questions? You know, we'll answer whatever we can answer. If we don't, somebody might have the answer. You got any questions? 87% you can POF, but you have to pay $200 for authority and $150 for a trailer. Is that a week? $200 a week and $150 a week for a trailer? Watch this. Watch this, folks. I just thought of something. Watch this, folks. Now, if I was to watch this. If I was to run a company, right? If I was to run a company, and I'll let this thing blow for about another 1 minute, and I'll shut her down because the cold air is really piping in, and then that way it'll be nice and there. We'll shut her down right there. All right. If I was to run a company, and I was going to rent trailers, right? Let's do this. If I was going to go to the place where I go to get a trailer, and I got the rental trailer, and you get a discount, right? The more trailers you rent, the cheaper it is. Right now, where I got my trailer, because I'm doing a full maintenance lease on the trailer. Lease purchase, whatever you want to call it. If I rented one, I get 15% discount. So on a $595 rental, right? The rental is $595 a month. This is renting a trailer. This is how I would do it, right? This is how I would do it. And if they give you 4,000 miles a week for free, and then they're going to charge you 4 cents, right? 4 cents a mile after 4K. Right? There it is. But if I get 15% off, this trailer is really going to cost me about $535. Right? That's what it's really going to cost me. But we're going to say I don't get a discount. But we all know that you're going to get a discount. So this is what this breaks down to. If you take $595 a month and divide it by 4.33, you're going to get somewhere around $136. Is that right? Somewhere about $136. If you take $595 divided by 4.33, you should be somewhere in the $135 to $137 range, right? We'll call it $136. My brain's a little fried today, or I'd have the number. I'm pretty close though. Pretty close. So we're gonna say 136, right? 136 a week. So instead of charging somebody a weekly expense, right? Let's say this, $250 a week. And if you pay by the week, PBW, you pay by the week. 137, that's close. I said 137 in there, in that range. All right, so 137. This a week. So if you're paying by the week, and you know how many miles somebody runs, why charge this? Can I ask somebody this? Why charge that? Why charge it? Because if you know your rental is this, and the guy drives 2,000 miles in a week, well, why wouldn't you just say, you get 4,000 miles a month for free, right? That's 1,000 a week, right? This is what you get free. You get 1,000 a week free. So if he drives 2,000, then he's only 1,000 above, so that'd be $40. So why not charge him $177 on a 2K week? Why charge $250? Why charge $250? You already know what he ran. You're doing it. You're paying by the week. Why charge that? Doesn't make any sense. Does it? I mean, I'm asking you guys. Does that make sense? If you're paying by the week, you know what he ran because you did all the statements. So why charge that when he should only be charged this? Right? So, let's go further. Let's say you drive 3,000 miles. That's $80 on the 137 on a 3,000 mile week. It's $217 a week on a 3K week. But yet, you get charged this. I don't understand that. Doesn't make any sense. Right? Doesn't make any sense. I would never do that. If I'm going to pay by the week, I'm going to charge you exactly what you're going to owe me. Right? If you're renting the trailer and this is the rental, that's what you're going to get charged. In a 3,000 mile week. If it's a 2,000 mile week, it's $177 for the week. I'm not going to have a price up here and say that's every week. That's paying a whole lot of money for something that, that shouldn't be paid. But anyway, things like that just get to me. I don't know. Yeah. Can I buy a truck and get my own authority? Haven't driven since 95 without working for someone else first. 5-year experience. No, Hazen. You can get your authority. They ask you how much experience you have. If your CDL's been current the whole time, you give them how much experience you had. They never asked. Right, Justin? Justin's on here. G-Daddy's on here. They got their own authority. They don't ask you. The insurance company doesn't ask you for your job references. They ask you They take your license down, they run it, see if you have any ticks or anything, and they ask you how much experience you got. That's it. That's what they ask you, right? Did you guys have to fill out an employment verification form? No. They ask you how long you held a CDL for. Right? Right, G-Daddy? All they ask you is how long have you had your CDLA? You know, how long have you drove truck? They didn't ask if your experience was yesterday or 10 years from now or 20 years ago. They just ask you, do you have a CDL? Yeah, how many years experience? 5, 10, 15, whatever you got. They don't ask when it was, what it was on. They just ask you how much experience you got. Right? There you go. Now, Fareed, you can, if you have a wood-sided trailer, I mean, you can take the wood out and put some other stuff in. And I'm turning this back on because I'm not going to sit here and roast. That ain't happening. All right, we're done with this whiteboard. I was done before, but I'm done now for sure. So we went over Company A, Company B, Company C, Company D, E, F, and G, all the way down the alphabet. We all learned something. I'm going to put the AC on high and get it cool in here. So we're cranking it up the noise. What's up, Don? He's got it done, Cody. Cody said, when will the lease purchase Fogline software be done? Ray has it done. And what he's working on now, he's working on the videos, right? He does the videos so you can do the whole thing by watching the videos. Okay? That's what he's working. He's working on the videos. Anybody have the time? I got the time. I got a satellite TV going right here, boys. All right, let's see what we got. It's 9 o'clock and 9:16. Thank you. Nailed it. So 65 want to get CL. What? Who do work? What? Rookie. Don't know what that means. Sorry, can't read all that. You're sitting in your maintenance for your application for maintenance on a Freightliner on Monday. Hopefully Freightliner will do it. I've heard some Freightliner people are doing it. I'm not sure. I know that that PACCAR does it. Snorlord even talked to PACCAR about it, so I know PACCAR does it. 6:15 where Jimmy's at. He's on the West Coast. Got to be on the West Coast, Jimmy. Can't hear you over the truck next to me. Well, he's probably got a reefer going and everything else. I am in God's country. You know what I'm waiting for, G-Daddy? Have my snowmobile strapped to the catwalk, my friend. And I thought I could hit the trails out here and shoot right to your house. Actually, don't no one say nothing. I'm actually parked at G-Daddy's house. And I'm gonna go to his backyard there, cook on the grill. I've already been in his refrigerator. He's got all kinds of cheese and sausages and everything. That's how good of a friend he is. And his lovely wife Diane, right? You know what she said? She wrote a note on the refrigerator. Jeff, don't worry about refilling it. Just eat what you want. I'll make G-Daddy drive a little more and replenish the refrigerator. There you go, G-Daddy. Look, I got this out of his closet. Look. I took that out of his closet. Thanks, Hazen. I appreciate the super chat, buddy. But we got a lot of guys on here that, went to my website, liketrucking.com. They downloaded the authority videos and stuff. They got their authority. They're out there doing it. G-Daddy and Diane, they see the money, the potential money out there. They are finally rolling. Finally rolling. Can't believe it took them this long. But, when I can't say it, man. I can't say it. when you're old enough not to ask the younger kids that you might need help with some electronic gadgetry, it takes you a few more days to get rolling. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you asked your children, they could have had you up and rolling days before. They'd go in there and they'd set up the Android or iPad, whatever you have, and then boom, 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 bam, you'd have been down the road. All right, Jeff Rednar says, I'm trying to get to my point of my own authority. It'll come, man. Just, give it time. Coming in late after the bell? I don't know. Jimmy will tell you. Jimmy has the answer. Tell him, Jimmy. Tell him how much it cost him if he comes in after the bell. Want to drive, get Roll Tide coming. Well, see, he didn't think I'd wear this shirt. Hey, man. Just because I live in the Wolverine state, I like that little badger. He looks like a cool little dude, don't he? So, but anyway, we are, first of all, G Daddy, it kind of is like a skunk. It does smell over here for some reason. I think they're spreading manure, so it's gonna, they done took all the stuff out of the fields. They spread manure to fertilize before winter. I don't know what they do over here in Wisconsin, but either that or the TA has a sewer backup. One of the two. Probably the TA. A supper chat. Jimmy says a supper chat. Actually, I need a supper chat on Monday. I need a lunch chat on Monday. That'd be awesome. But so we say congratulations to G Daddy and his lovely wife for making it to where they are, and on their first load as their own company, as a carrier. Like I said, it's a really good load, and they'll do really well. You know why they'll do really well? Because they have my phone number. If they ever need anything, they know all they got to do is call me. And I'll help them out as much as I can. Right? I don't help Justin out hardly at all. Because Justin knows everything. And he usually yells at me anyway. But I take the abuse. Because, I like Justin. But I take the abuse. Because anybody that races cars is okay with me. Isn't that right, Justin? And he's got to have a problem anyway, because he hauls a reefer. I mean, who wants to haul a reefer? So I got to give him some support because he's a reefer hauler. Hey, Don. Yeah, Don. Don's got his stuff, right, Don? Right? Don's another guy. So lots of success stories out there, and that's a good thing. I talked to a few people today. Texas Roadhouse? Well, I'll tell you what, Thomas. Monday, about noon, between noon and 1, we'll do another live video from Lucky Steakhouse. Lucky Steakhouse. Anybody up that'll be up in Bay City, Michigan, between noon and 1, Lucky Steakhouse sits right in the front parking lot of Menards. And we will be there and do a live broadcast from that steakhouse on Monday. Look for it. It is going to be coming. So we'll do a live session and talk about some stuff. Well, it depends. It just depends on the insurance company, They're only supposed to look back so far. Some look back further, you know, because it's on there, right? Unless if it didn't fall off, it's still on there. So I was hoping, you know, I'd meet up with old G Daddy and them. I wanted to see their truck. They got a really nice truck. Beautiful truck. And I didn't even get to see it. Nice trailer, too. I'm going to get a load to Michigan now. Yeah, Store Lord. Monday, between noon and 1, Lucky Steakhouse, Bay City. Come on up. That's what's happening. We're going to Lucky Steakhouse. So anybody that's there, we could have a party. We could get a big table, sit 15 or 20 people on that table. Right? So there you go. That's what's going on Monday. And then Tuesday I'll probably load out, unless I get a load Monday night. I don't know, just depends how long we're sitting there doing our stuff, what we got to get done. You're more excited about the trailer, but yeah, the trailer's awesome, right? That trailer you bought, that's a nice trailer. I got pictures of it. Oh, G Daddy sent me pictures of the trailer. And see, I like it when he sends me pictures. He always snaps the pictures of his wife when she's doesn't know she's getting her picture taken. Oh, I'm sorry, G Daddy. I wasn't supposed to tell on you. Wait, rewind. All right, he sent me nice pictures of his trailer with him inside of it, right? Going, look at this nice trailer, not a load in it. That's all the pictures I ever got, was just the trailer with him inside of it. I promise that's all I got. Well, we know. We're glad he's got a double bunk, folks. I have a feeling he'll be sleeping on the top bunk, or he might be sleeping in that new trailer if they didn't put a seal on it. I guess the skirts come in handy. You could put a hammock in between them underneath there. That might be where you sleep, is in a hammock underneath the trailer between the skirts. Yeah, G Daddy, you in trouble now. All right, so that's it for tonight. We'll keep it under the 90 minutes. Everybody says I talk too long anyway. But it's all information. You know, if they don't want to watch the whole thing, they don't have to watch the whole thing, right? If you like the video, thumbs it up. If you don't, thumb down it. Either way, it doesn't really matter. But I'd like to get the thumbs up over 100, though. That'd be cool before you turn this off in about 2 minutes. Gear Grabber failed miserably. He's going to have to do an extra credit session all by himself. How about this? Hey, Thomas. Maybe we'll have to show Gear Grabber's face on the camera. Wouldn't that be funny? Right? He won't even notice it. I'll just hit the button, right? We'll be like this, right? And I'll go like this. Look! And I'll be talking. And I'll be looking right at him, right? Right at him. See? Right at him. And he won't even know it. Isn't that right? All right, everybody. I'm glad everybody joined in. We talked about company A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. We don't mention no names because it could be anybody. No one knows who we're talking about. We're just talking numbers. We're not bringing out no company, saying anything about one company to the other company. We did bring out the big LS, though, the big blue, and showed why you need to own a trailer over there. And I'm serious. If you're at the Blue Star, you must have your own trailer. It's the only thing that makes sense, right? Because Snortlord knows, Gear Grabber knows, we were all over there. Right? Me and Gear Grabber, we were there for a long time. I was there for 10 years. And had a trailer there for 9. You have to have your own trailer over there because you're giving up a whole lot of money. in the drop and hook freight there's not like a ton of it. There's not a lot of it. Right? So you're still live unloading and live loading most of the time anyway. Unless you get, in a little a niche, right? Yeah, and then of course in trucking, those lanes never last. Right? They never last. Right? So don't let that money, if you're going to be in the business, don't throw away that money. Invest in a trailer if you're over at the Big Blue Star and make the extra money. And you know what that does for you? If you have, and try to get your own license plate. Because if you have your own license plate and they fire you, this goes, I'm going to mention names now. It doesn't matter if you're at Schneider, Landstar, Swift, JB Hunt, Millis I don't know who has owner operators. Millis, Traveloco, Light Trucking, wherever. Doesn't matter. Wherever. Prime, don't matter. Any of these places. If it's your truck, if you can afford it, put your own plate on it. That way, if they fire you or something happens and they take your contract away, you can drive the truck home. It's your plate. You take the stickers off it, put not for hire on the side, and you can drive it anywhere you want. Because it's your plate, it's your truck. So, that's a bonus for that. But if you have that in place, and you have a trailer, then if you want to take the next step when you feel like you're ready, or you might not ever want to, right? But if you feel like it, you can go on and do your own thing. You'll remember what? Remember what, Gear Grabber? I'll remember that. You never know. There you go, Johnny P. He bought his used trailer before going to Traveloco and got his own plates. Hey, Yukon! I guess Yukon stepped up in here. He's running it. Yeah, the plate's a big deal. Because if you're sitting there and everybody's seen it, right? Everybody's seen what happened to Sharon Lambert, right? If anybody's known that thing, that story, right? Sharon was, from what I heard, she dropped a trailer, right? I think it dropped on the frame, but where she was leased to, that's an automatic. That's automatic lease cancellation, automatic termination. If you drop a trailer, don't matter if it's on your frame. It doesn't have to hit the ground. All right. If you disconnect and it hits the frame and you stop, but the landing gear's not down, they call that a drop trailer disconnect automatic termination. Right? So, if you have your own plate in that instance, and they say you're done, take the plate and everything out the truck, well, you really can't move the truck legally. I mean, you can, more of the time you can get stopped anyway, but if you have your own plate, doesn't matter. Okay, see ya. Drive on out, right? That's the good thing about having your own plate. That way they don't have total control over you in the first place. Woodville, Wisconsin. Where's Woodville at, Mike? Where's Woodville? I'm on the phone. I can't find out. I think my battery's dying. Oh! I think my battery's dead. My battery's dead. I gotta find me a charger. Gotta find a charger. Oh, come on now. All right, we're back. Alright, we're back. We got our charger. I had to get one with a long cord. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's plug it in up there. And I think that's going to charge. I don't know. This charger is not working very well. Alright, anyway. If it goes out, it goes out. Yes, Alan. Yes, Alan. Yes, Alan. Yes, you can have your own plate without your own authority. Yes, you can. Why do they call it 13-speed transmission when it's really a 9-speed, right? Don't know. Food Moose, 9 speeds plus 4 over equals 13. That's right. Well, you know, 4 over, splitters, however you want to say it, right? You know, you got the same pattern, but on the top gears, you're splitting, right? That's why. 10, 10 and a half, 11, 11 and a half, 12, 12 and a half, 13, you know, that type of thing. It's a splitter. You can shift it. I mean, you can shift it like a regular. You don't have to go in those gears if you shift it the right way, you know, drop those extra RPMs, and you won't grind them or nothing. Personally, I like the 13 speed. That's what I had in my Volvo 880. I had a 13 speed. So, yeah. Well, 13. See, at 13, you're going to have your high-low range, and then you're going to have your button on the side here for splitting. That's basically. And, you know, the more gears you have and you split them, it just, if you have a really, really heavy load, it's, you know, better on the transmission and engine and everything. You're not lugging it or nothing. That's really all good a splitter is for anyway. But you skip the gears a lot anyway. Yeah, I had the 13. I loved it. It took a little while, you know, some people it took a while to get used to. I'll tell you transmission that took what. Anybody remember the Super 10s? Anybody drive a Super 10? Anybody? Remember those Super 10s? Man. What a deal. What a deal those were. The Super 10. Jeffrey, where can I get one of them Pro Stars for 25K with 250,000 miles? Send me warranty at. Well, Benny, just look in the truck paper, call around to the dealers, and there's still people that have them. You just got to look around for them. Right? You just got to look around for them. Yeah, McTrucker had one. Well, I had a Super 10. That Ford I had, gear grabber, that Ford I had, that was a Super 10. That was a 475 cat with a Super 10. That's what that truck had in it. Don says, been having really good luck with C.H. Robinson. I'm delivering a load that paid $750 for 160 miles. Picking up a load Friday morning, 106 miles, paid $650. Right, Don. See, C.H. Robinson gets a bad rap a lot. Yes, they have some cheap freight. Everybody has some cheap freight. And they have some really good freight. Like these last two loads I got. The load I'm bringing up, the load I'm taking over to Michigan. Both are C.H. Robinson loads. This is the first two to C.H. Robinson's loads I've pulled in probably a month. It just depends, right? If I find them and they pay real well, I take them. Yeah, and they have a really good app, right? The C.H. Robinson app is really good. The way I like it, see, I hate the Coyote app. Anybody haul Coyote Logistics? I hate their app. This is what pisses me off about these companies. See, Uber's going to change the industry on these big brokers. Uber's got it down, right? They tell you who the customers are and everything. And it's a click of a button. And they tell you what the times you got to pick up. That's what I hate about Coyote. I hate about Coyote. All they say is to be scheduled. To be scheduled. They know what the appointments are because if you email them, they'll tell you what they are. Well, put it on your app. Put it on the app so you're not wasting my time. That's what I hate. That's why I like the C.H. Robinson app, right? You look on there and it tells you when it picks up, when it delivers. And if it's not the right time frames, like the one I'm picking up tomorrow, it's not the right time frame. So I emailed them. The price was good, right? The price was good, right? So I emailed them and said, hey, this says it picks up at 10 in the morning. Can I pick it up at 1? And he waits a few minutes. He calls somebody. He says, yeah, man, that's no problem. The Raycon still says 10. But he told me, it's no problem. They're a 24-hour facility. He said, just get over there, closer you can to the, between the 10 and 1 time period and be no problem getting you loaded. So I said, I'll take the load because I paid good. So you can do that too, right? You can call them up and ask them. Because like in their app, if it says 8 in the morning, right, it says appointment, 8 a.m., but the appointment times are from 8 to like 4 in the afternoon. A lot of times that's not 8 a.m. appointment. What it really is first come, first serve. But their computer doesn't have that in there. So you email them or call them and say, hey, is this 8 a.m.? Is that an appointment or is it first come, first serve? A lot of times it's first come, first serve. And I love those. I'll say, yeah, I'll take that load, And it's really a really easy app to use, but they get the times on there so you can actually plan something and you don't have to waste your time. That's like the DAT board. I hate the DAT board. I hate the Interstate Truck Stop board. I hate all those load boards because none of them put the times on there. Hardly at all. There's blocks for it, but it's lazy brokers. Lazy brokers. That's exactly what it is. Because all the blocks are there, they just don't fill it out. They just say here to here and their phone number. They're too lazy to put in the appointment times. If they'd put in the appointment times, guess what? Their phone calls would go down by 50 to 75%. Right? They'd go down by that much. Because they wouldn't be wasting people's time calling on loads you can't do. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Truckers understand this. Why don't they understand this? Does it make sense? That's like TQL. What the heck is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? Almost every single one of their loads is not where it says it picks up and goes. It's not. It's a trick to get you to call in. I don't know what kind of program they have to put in there where you're at or where you're looking, whatever you put in there for the town, they got a load right there in that town going somewhere else. The load's not even in that town. You call them up, oh, well, that load's really over here, 60 miles away, 50 miles away. If I wanted to go 60 miles away, I'd have called you. Right? That's the stuff that pisses me off. I don't like people wasting my time. Right? So TQL, I've never hauled a load for them, and I never will. They won't get no business from me because I don't like the shadiness of, putting down wrong towns. Because I called on a load. And G Daddy Whack, if you're still on here, you'll know. Justin, you'll know. I was up in the UP of Michigan, right? I was up in Ironwood, Michigan. Anybody know where Ironwood is? I know Justin and G Daddy will know where it's at, but I was up there in Ironwood. And TQL has a load right out of Ironwood going to Nebraska. North Platte, Nebraska, right? I said, I really don't want to go there, but I'll call on it because it's right here where I'm at, and if it pays really good, I'll take it over there. So I call them up. I said, hey, you got this load on Ironwood going to North Platte, Nebraska? Yeah, we had that load, but it really picks up in blah, 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 Wisconsin, 60 miles south of Ironwood, and it doesn't go to North Platte, it goes to Colorado. Dudes, if I wanted to go to Colorado, I'd have called on a load to Colorado. If I wanted to drive way down into Wisconsin to get my load, I would have called on a load to drive way down to Wisconsin. So I hung the phone up. I got pissed off and hung the phone up because it wasted my time. Anyway, I hate that. This video is going way too long. We're out of here. Thanks for everybody watching. And until next time. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start doing maybe 2 or 3 live videos that I'll leave up during the week. I'm thinking about making, certain times, right, that we do the live video. Like 8 o'clock at night on a Tuesday and Thursday, or a Monday and Wednesday, or something like that, right? Maybe we'll make a schedule and something like that. But anyway, we'll see y'all later. And I didn't get where that Wisconsin was. I don't think he ever told me. Let's see. I'm going to go back up here. Don't get me going on Warner. I seen a Warner comment in there. Don't get me going on that Warner. On the Smurfs. Don't get me going. All right. Who put on here that they were just in Wisconsin? And they were talking about buying breakfast. Woodville. Woodville is near the Twin Cities. I'm close to G Daddy's area. That's not close to me. Woodville's not close to me. Anyway, we'll see y'all later. Until next time. If you're out there, drive safe. Keep the wheels rolling. Make the money. And Mike Newton's in West Salem, Wisconsin. I'm in Madison, Wisconsin. Janesville, TA. I was going to stop at Janesville, TA. Jeff, I wish I would have. If I'd known you're at Janesville, TA, I would have stopped there. We would have went over to Fuddruckers. I like stopping at that Janesville, TA and walking over to Fuddruckers. Fuddruckers is a good place to eat. I like that place right there in Janesville. All right, G-Daddy, we out of here, everybody. We're leaving this video up, even though it's 102 plus minutes long. People be yelling and screaming. They don't like them this long, but we're going to leave it up. We'll see you later. All right, Alan. Later, everybody.